So I'm driving home. Obviously, I'm in my truck right now, and I'm driving back from a pick, which is this gator back here. Thinking, hey, I've got a lot of experience with buying these gators. I'm going to show these people what to look for and how to buy a ride-on. There's a Modified Power Wheels forum on Facebook, and everybody's posting pictures of a screenshot of, is it worth it, blah blah blah. Well, I'm going to show you guys, is it worth it or not? So check it out. Back at the shop, and as you guys can see, the last thing I need in my workspace is another dang ride-on, but the deal was too good to pass up. So let's unload this thing and show you guys how to buy a Power Wheel. Okay guys, so I got the vehicle out of the car in the shop, and basically what I wanted to get across in this video is buyer beware stuff, things to look for when you're buying a ride-on, being it to flip or for personal use. So basically, like I said, do some research, find out what these cost new. This is $398. There's going to be tax on it. You can get them on sale for $350. I paid $75 for it. I had zero problems paying what the seller asked in this case. If you guys are the sellers, list it high, because you're always going to get people lowballing. I list something for $400, people offer me $200. It's just the nature of it when you're doing a free internet social networking site. So first thing I do when I go and look at a ride-on is we're looking at things that we can do to nitpick and possibly negotiate the price down. There's only a couple pictures, maybe even only one picture, and in the listing the guy said basically his son was too big for it, time to get rid of it. Perfect buyer, because it's not trash, it's not some hokey thing, and his son was 7, and that's about average for these. So I assessed it physically. I know what parts it has. I've put together probably 50 of these. So what I'm looking for are the common things that are missing or broken. Is the windshield. Those are always broken. This one's perfect. These lift gate things. Normally this is broken. Sometimes people put it together wrong or miss parts. The brush guards. And this is this particular model. And I love this model because this will be probably sold as soon as I list it that day. We're going to put lights in it, headlights, taillights, and probably sell it for $400. So not a bad little profit. By no means are you going to get rich selling Power Wheels. Okay, so I've walked around it, visually evaluated it, and the seller was honest. He said there is a bad wheel. Well, this wheel right here, it's split wide open, and that's more than likely a product of the electro braking. So when you let off the gas, it skids. Basically, it just wears the tire right now. No problem. I know I can get those on Amazon for $44 shipped. Not a bad deal. So a little over $100. The next thing, battery. Batteries are $75. I don't look at a ride-on without testing it. If it doesn't run, I bring a battery. You can use alligator clips. So this one has the battery up front. I don't want to take it out. But basically, I'll do another short little clip where I bring a digital voltmeter, put it on your DC, and test the voltage. to see on a charged battery is 13.2 volts. That's a perfectly charged battery. And the reason I didn't want to unplug it is because then I'd have to put it all back together so I can show you how we test it. Okay, I was pleasantly surprised. The battery is at 13.10 volts. Perfect battery. It's an OEM Pegrigo battery, perfect shape. Well, obviously we want to see if this thing runs or not, right? So what you want to do is you want to put it in its fastest gear, pick it up off the ground ideally, and let it run and listen for any clunking, clicking, grinding, crunching, whatever that might be. So we'll put it in low gear and reverse. And here's the tip for you. Don't just put it on the ground, put it in high gear, oh, it looks good, because you can't see that other side, and you don't know that that motor's not burnt up, or the wire came off, or the brass tab on the motor came off. I mean, all those are very, very common issues. So look at each side and make sure that it all works. So it worked in, so I know the shifter's good, I know the foot pedal's good because it worked in high-low reverse. So the next thing I do is I pick it up off the ground and I keep it in high gear because it's going to create more resistance. So you can tilt it to one side and you physically want to spin the wheel. I look kind of silly in the parking lot doing this. And they're looking at me like crazy, and I say, I'm just making sure the gears are good. So you can spin that and there's no slipping, there's no hesitation. And there's quite a bit of resistance because right now it's in, we'll call it parking brake mode. The motors are actually generators. They're shorted out against each other. Now, right here, there's a small little glitch. So it's not a broken gear, but one of the gears might be deformed. More than likely, it's a product of kit going in reverse, then slamming it into forward, and it's hard on those gears. This is a Gator gearbox. They're just plastic gears in here. All of them are like that. There's no metal gears. There's no upgraded gearbox. And these gears are very prone to breaking. That's why they have plastic tires. This is actually a clutch. Instead of traction, when you change direction, you're really harsh on these things. So you can get these for like 25 bucks with a motor, I think, even. And if you buy them, I honestly, if one's broke, I just buy a pair. Same with the tires. That tire is the only one that's got the hole through it, but I'm going to replace both of them. It's got to be really thin, so why not? Unless you were trying to be cheap and trying to make a lot of profit, you know, buy low, sell high. If I had one of these laying around, I would probably maybe just put a spare one on. But I'm going to put brand new tires on it. I can ask just, you know, 25 bucks more or whatever. So what else is there? Really, it's physical condition, mechanical condition, stickers. That's a big one. If these aren't properly cared for and they're left outside, they get sun fade, and you might start seeing some peeling stickers. You're like, oh, no problem. I'll just pull those off. Well, you pull it off, you're gonna have this ugly sunburn mark. It'll look fresh underneath, but the rest of it is all gonna be sun faded. So if you guys are buying one of these for yourselves, I recommend you actually put a UV protectant on there. Okay, Armor All. Man, had a brain fart. So if you guys want to just fix this up, put some lipstick on a pig and relist it, honestly I could probably wipe this down or have one of my little monkeys wipe this down and take some good pictures, all different angles, the bed tilted. tailgate open, and listed for probably 250 bucks. I mean, it's $400 new, and this is almost like new, especially after we put the tires. So he's got to put a little sweat equity into it. But that's pretty much it when I'm buying them. I do, and this is my market, yours might be different. I totally stay away from quads. Quads do not sell. Nobody seems to want to pay good money for them. I never had, well, I can't say never. I've modified a few for customers with headlights, custom Michigan themes, a little bit faster, but mainly it's 2-seat 12 volters. So I stay away from quads, I stay away from motorcycles. There's just not a demand for them. And I stay away from the off-brand. This is important, I'm glad that I remembered this. I personally will not buy a ride-on that I can't get parts for. I don't modify them because stuff breaks. And if you can't get parts, what's the point? Kind of like that wall art over there. I bought that because it was rare, it was cool, it had a mechanical shifting gearbox. Couldn't find parts for it, so I ended up turning it into art. That was a waste of 100 bucks, but it's cool art. So yeah, I stay away from those teeny little 6 volters. That's just not my style. I know there's a couple other guys out there that do this professionally, and that's kind of their niche. I like the bigger, more realistic looking units. So on the modified Power Wheels forum, if you guys are on there, I think this will help you, and maybe we won't see this posted every day, a picture of a Jeep saying, what's it worth, or is this worth this amount? Do your research, check it out in person. Anything under $100 and it's got a good battery and a good charger, I don't think that's a bad deal. But check your market, guys. Every market's going to be different. So hopefully this video was informative, and if you guys liked it, give me a thumbs up. At the end, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and stay tuned because we got some cool stuff coming up this winter. All right, thanks for watching.